Hi everyone, we're Wallows, and you're listening to 89 FM, the Radio Rock.
89.
Fala galera, beleza? Eu sou o Wendell Correia e eu conversei com a banda Wallows por telefone. Eles são atração do Lollapalooza, que tem promoção da 89 Rádio Rock. Eles tocam no domingo, dia 5 de abril. É uma banda nova, né? Formada em Los Angeles. Eles têm por volta de 23, 24 anos, é a faixa de idade deles. É um trio formado por Braeden Lemasters, o Preston e o Dylan Minnette. Você conhece o Dylan da série 13 Reasons Why? Ele faz o Clan Jensen, um dos papéis principais da série. Ficou bem famoso por esse papel. E eles estão com um álbum novo também, lançaram em 2019 o álbum Nothing Happens. Eles falaram desse novo álbum, processo de composição, primeira vez do Brasil. Os três deram entrevista por telefone, foi quase uma conferência. Então vamos conferir a entrevista com o Wallows para 89 Rádio Rock. Hi Wallows, how are you guys?
Hello. Hey man.
Where are you now?
We're in LA at home. LA, California at home.
Okay. So can we start the interview?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
So, it's interesting that you guys released a full album. Some bands don't like to do a full album anymore because some people don't listen to the full album, but you guys did a great job with that. The tracks talk with each other. How was the experience of writing and recording your first album?
Well, first off, thank you. Second, it was I don't know why I jumped in, actually. I think Ray Nicole might have a better answer. I don't know why I jumped in. I have nothing to say. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah. I think, I don't know, I think it's something we have been kind of it's just something we've wanted to do for so long and something we've always thought about, and just, it's like our minds originally always were album-minded, like tracklist, flow, theme, like what's gonna be on it. So it's like I know, yeah, like you said, singles and EPs are really big nowadays. I mean, and we're still into that. We still love singles, love EPs for what they are too. I think everything is kind of its own art form, obviously, but like an album still means a lot to us in terms of like getting down a cohesive body of work. So yeah, writing all the songs and doing it with a producer, John Congleton, it was a really collaborative process, and we just feel like we put a lot into it, and it just feels like it, paid off in a way to like finally get it done. And thank you, yeah, for what you said about it.
And is there an album from other artists that was a huge influence to you guys working on this?
I feel like a lot of different stuff for sure, but this album specifically, I wonder. I mean, like we were inspired by. And I was inspired by like Arcade Fire, like the Suburbs album a lot. I think that album was like a big thing in terms of like certain songs, and like Car Seat Headrest, they're a band that we were kind of inspired by at the time. And then just kind of every influence we've ever had kind of bleeds in somehow. And then, yeah, I don't know, just kind of like, and I think a lot of ideas probably came from like not being inspired by anything and just kind of like trying to do something out of thin air, So it all just kind of comes from somewhere.
I also feel like during the album we were inspired by our producer John Congleton artistically, because we've always been such a huge fan of his work with like the St. Vincent and other bands and whatnot. And so, I mean, like I personally going to the studio some days would just listen to some of John's work on the way there, just to like kind of get ready and get excited, like, oh, that's the guy we're recording our album with today. Like, damn, that's crazy, So I feel like we were very inspired by him as well.
And a lot of bands starts with covers. I know you guys are friends for a long time. When did you guys start to write your own songs?
Good question. I mean, we did start off playing mostly just covers. I mean, we started playing together, and I was 12 when the three of us first played on the stage together. But I mean, Braeden and I had known each other for a couple of years before the three of us started playing together. And I think we had started writing, Braeden had started writing already by 8 years old or something. But then Braeden and I wrote our first our first songs together when I was 11 and he was 12, I think. So, I mean, those songs are very different from what we write now, but obviously, that's I guess when it started. But when we started writing music, I mean, would we just we did practice and start writing songs, or is that what we did? 13, 14?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I feel like we did it in my parents' room or in just kind of like, or some place, and just coming up with random shit, you know, random stuff, left and right.
Left and right.
That's my worst answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we started writing songs very young.
Yeah. So this is the first time of Wallows in Brazil. What do you know about Brazil, and what can we expect for your concert on Lollapalooza?
Well, I know that there's very, very excited music fans there. I know it's a beautiful, beautiful place that I've been wanting to go to for a long time. And yeah, I feel like it's just everyone there is very excited about art and like what inspires them, and that's, you know, and that's really, really, I mean, I feel like as artists, that's a very exciting crowd to go play for and people to go meet, because we've always seen love from fans in Brazil and just people there, and you know, they're very vocal about that is from what we see, and so it's probably the most exciting for us, like the most exciting city or people to go play with, you know. So that's I think it's going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to be very exciting. We're really excited.
And you guys are playing in a lot of festivals all over the world this year. Do you think this is the best way to people know better the Wallows sound? And do you used to go to festival as a fan to watch the concerts?
I mean, do we think it's the best way to feel? I mean, yeah, I think seeing us live is a different experience. Probably get to know us a little better when you see us live. So, and I feel like a lot of people who only sort of casually know a couple songs of ours or a song, they'll maybe come check out a bit of us at a festival. It's nice to know that, they can like sort of understand who we are as people maybe a little bit more. But I feel like, I think overall the best way to always sort of hear an artist's sound is by listening to the music, because there's also, on the other hand, like a lot of sounds you try to create in the studio are sort of hard to recreate live sometimes. So it's like, you know, don't just see us live, but then if people listen to us, like, no, don't just listen to us, come see us live. So it's sort of like I feel like it's the best of both worlds, kind of. But what was the other question? What's the second question?
If you guys go to a festival to see other bands, to enjoy the festival.
I think it depends on how much time we have there at a festival when we play. But if we're there and we have the day and we have other people we want to see, then absolutely. But if there's only people that we just like kind of want to see, and we just leave and go to bed. But yeah, I think at Lollapalooza and stuff, I think all of them we're gonna. I'm definitely gonna see people. I'm excited that every day we play it's the same day as the Strokes and Gwen Stefani, because I really wanted to see both. And now I have 3 chances to see both. So it'll be good.
And do you guys write a lot of riffs? You talk about the riffs on the track-by-track commentary. And I think that is very interesting, because you are an organic band, right? You don't use computers on the live shows. How do you guys produce the riffs? How do you write the riffs on the guitars and stuffs?
There's moments when we were doing our album where, like, just for example, we would have a song, and then our producer John would be like, "Oh, we should have another part here," and then I would just kind of start playing something, you know, kind of out of thin air, left and right. Just kind of start playing something, and it just kind of turns into the part. I don't know. Riffs on my end. Like, if we're talking about riffs here, they just kind of come out of just kind of, you know, throwing your fingers around different areas and just kind of hoping for the best, and you kind of just figure it out in your mind. It's like a nice little puzzle, but, you know, you don't really think about it either, so it's kind of the opposite of a puzzle. So it's just kind of like, it's puzzling, you know? It kind of comes out of some sort of reality.
Perfect. Thanks so much, guys, for your time. Appreciate it. Looking forward to see you guys here in Brazil and meet you personally.
Yes. Great to meet you.
Thank you. Have a great tour.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
89, a Rádio Rock.